Welcome back to ABC Scripture Doodles. As a reminder, the last 2 weeks I have shared um, N and O, and I did that with traditional art supplies. And then this week we're going to use the iPad to do letter P. Are you ready to get started? Did you guess what letter P is? Peace. I bet you did. And that's an easy one. This is from Isaiah 26:3. You will keep perfect peace, all who trust in you, all whose thoughts are fixed on you. All right, so let's look at the letter P and think about different ways maybe we could practice it. We can start with a printed letter P, which is a basic straight line and a hump. And then we could do a P that has a straight line and then it has the hump that comes further down. So all the letters that came after this, you would try to match them up for the cross line, the X line. Or you could do the similar idea, except make it shorter up here at the top. So those are some ways to do printed P. Let's see, scripty P, you could just make a little loop there. You could make it a little fancier by making a loop on the inside of it. You could make it even fancier by making a loop in the entrance and then coming around and adding all those steps together. And I had a little angle on that. So hopefully those are some fun ways for you to learn how to practice the letter P. For those of you in my lettering tribe, I just want to make sure that you know that we have these templates that you can trace so you can practice your lettering with mine in our membership group. So you can just go to the website hub, craftwithchristy.com, log in there and grab your templates. Okay, so make a new layer. I want to make sure I start fresh. And I'm just going to start with that's one of the P's I shared with you just a second ago. And then I'm doing basic cursive from there on. And then I'm going to go back and make my brush a little bit smaller, and I'm going to go back and do some downstrokes next to my letters. I'm going to add this loop here because I just like it. And there we go. Okay, so the next step is we're going to do the scripture, and I'm going to make a new layer for that if you're using the iPad. And we're going to start with the first line. You will keep perfect. It's hard to not say the next word, peace. You will, and if you're just watching me, you learn a lot by watching. Like your brain picks up on a lot of things. And so that's how I learned, was watching others. And all of a sudden one day I'd be like, oh, I'm going to make my R like this or my E like this. Because I had been watching someone. So it's not like everything comes at one time. It's just like as you practice and you play, you'll be surprised at what you retain by watching. Okay, so I didn't mention that, but I did that in print. I did this in script. The next line I'm going to do is peace, all who trust. And then trust I'm also going to do in print. All right, I'm going to add another layer. Now, if you're doing this with paper and pencil, start with a pencil or use a erasable pen as you go. So you'll build your confidence, and that way it's easy to move stuff around when you need to. In you, comma, all whose. In you, comma, all whose. Make sure to say it out loud. It really is good for you to remember. Even though you might be all by yourself talking to your dogs. I talk to my dogs all the time. They know lots of scripture. You will keep perfect peace, all who trust in you, all whose thoughts are fixed on you. On you. That's the last line. Okay, new layer. Smaller brush. Isaiah 26:3. And I'm stretching it out as I go. I'm just stretching, writing a letter and stretching. Isaiah 26:3. And now I have my lettering done. Now I want to add a doodle to the top. And the doodle that I used today, let me see if I can find where I got this one. Of course, you could use anything from any of, you could draw anything you want. I drew a dove. You'll see in a minute. A decorative dove. You could draw crosses. You could draw anything. But I'm looking to see, where did I get this from? Did I just call it Scripture Doodles? Okay. So in the Scripture Doodle stamp set that I use for a lot of these different pages, and we'll use it for the cover too, of the different cards. You could pick anything from here. But if you want to use the dove that I have, and you happen to have my Christmas stamp set from last year, one of them, I think I had a couple. It's called, I'm not sure which one it's on. Just one second. Scripture Doodle. One thing that's kind of cool is we have a new update coming. Oh, there it is. For the iPad, and you'll be able to search for your stamps by name. So Christmas Dove, this one's called, and it is in my Christmas Doodles 2 stamp set. Okay. And that's available on Etsy if you're interested. I can go ahead and put it in the description below. This is a good one. This is a really pretty one. And I'm going to make a new layer, and then I'm going to stamp, and it's humongous. And so I'm going to back up, and I'm going to, now over here on this side, you may have yours on the left. I've moved mine over here, but this is how you make it smaller, bigger, and smaller. That's how you move your brush size. And then I'm just going to tap, and I like that size. That looks pretty good. And then at this point, I'm going to take off my back, what I've been tracing. Oops, not that. Not that. What is what I've been tracing up here? Oh, okay. So that's what I've been tracing. And then from here, I can go ahead and add more color. And if you're doing this with paper and pencil, this is the point where after you do that, I showed you the last couple weeks and other weeks, is where I take my color and put it behind different words. So for example, let me show you here. Go back to P. E, there we go. So you can see how I put these behind here. Ignore that because I'm about to color it. But okay, so here is actually the finished card where I added color behind it and colored in my dove. And since the dove is so decorative, it would be easy to tie in some more colors in there. What if I just did an off-white or a white and colored some of these flowers? I could go underneath. Oops. I could just start coloring like this. Make my brush bigger so I can color more at one time. But if I wanted to just color parts of the flower, and I could go out and do different colors on top of that, or just make all the flower white and then leave the background of the bird yellow, and then maybe add green, or I'll do the green for the leaves. And then we'll see if we like that better. And I'll color in the bird a little bit better. I do go out of the line sometimes on purpose. It gives it an artsy look, so feel free to do that. And then on top of that, let me take this pink and go up a little bit with that as well. And down here a little bit. And then I'll take this green color, and then I'll just color in some of these leaves. This is a really pretty stamp to use for the holidays, to use, for different reasons. Like that darker pink too. Oops, that's not right. That's not correct. Tying that in there as well. Okay, all right, so there we go. Adding a little bit of detail to our flowers. And I hope you enjoyed today. Now, also another thing you could do is if you want to color in this piece here, if you go to the right layer, you can just drop color inside these lines like so. Like that. And add a little bit of white there. Let me go back because I don't like the way that looks. There we go. That's better. Okay. So there's peace. I hope you learned something today and enjoyed the lesson. Being together was my favorite part. And then next time we'll do letter Q, PQ. I have to say it in my head. And what is Q going to be? That's a hard one. I think that's a hard one. I don't know. I don't even remember what it is. Let me look. Take a peek. Oh, that's not hard. It's something we need to be doing every day. All right. Love you guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.